Welcome to our new cooking show called Down to Earth Kitchen. Down to Earth is one of my books and it kind of encompasses my philosophy for life. Today, we are making wild garlic soup. The girls foraged some wild garlic, also known as onion grass, from our yard. Right, ladies?
Yep.
And they washed it very carefully. It's early spring and it's kind of a gloomy, cloudy day out there, so we thought we would turn it into our favorite wild garlic soup. This is a fun one and a particularly beautiful soup. It's kind of like our version of a potato leek soup. All right, here we go, guys. Let's pull out the recipe. So we printed this off of laurenlees.com. There we go. Okay, all right, ladies, so we've got our ingredients. We've got our 1 cup of wild garlic bulbs, which we're gonna chop up. We're gonna do 2 cups of potatoes and we're gonna chop those up. Normally this recipe calls for 1 fennel bulb. I don't have fennel, so we're gonna see what happens with a turnip. And then 8 cups of chicken broth, which we have in our fridge. All right, so what we're gonna do, let's read the directions. So we are gonna wash the garlic bulbs and chop off the tops, and we're gonna set them aside later for the drizzle. So we're gonna cut all the white bulbs out, separate the white parts from the green parts. All right, and we're setting aside the green parts for later. We're gonna use those to make a really nice little drizzle on top of the soup. This is a really, really delicious potato-based soup. Giselle, this is kind of one of your favorite soups because you love a potato soup anytime you can get a potato soup, right? Now, the thing about this soup is I would love to say it is incredibly easy, but it's a little bit labor intensive because you do have to run this soup through a sieve. The fibers in the wild garlic are actually pretty intense. It's quite fibrous, so you have to, what would you say, strain it out.
Strain
it out, there's the word. You gotta strain it out. So we're just home cooks over here, not professional, just love eating and therefore love cooking. My family is Italian, so I grew up with my Italian grandma teaching me a lot of stuff, and then my aunt after that when she died. I would say I kind of have that Northern Italian flavoring to a lot of the food that we make. I love things generally light and fresh and herbaceous, very into garlic. You will never hear me saying that there's too much garlic in something. In fact, I will often warn you that if you want to try less in your dish, you can try less. So the recipes that are on the website are exactly what I've done in the past, but when I am making them, I don't follow them to a T, and you don't have to either. Salt to taste, garlic to taste, butter to taste, oil to taste, like just do your own thing. These are very loose guidelines for cooking. All right, here we go. We're gonna chop the potatoes.
How do you chop it?
Okay, so we're gonna go like that. I'm not gonna peel them. I am not an expert chopper. In fact, everybody, please feel free to make fun of my knife skills. Although my dad did make this knife, so I should know better. So guys, we need 2 cups. I'm gonna make this 4 cups because I'm not using fennel, so we're just gonna go with 4 cups of potatoes. So fill it up to this line, okay guys?
All right.
There we go. So what is that? How many potatoes did we pull out? 3 potatoes, we each got 1? And actually, I might even just do a little bit more today. Make leftovers because that's kind of how we roll. That's exactly what we're supposed to do, which is 4 cups. Let's see how many cups of that is left. Hold on. So that's good. We have what we need. 4 cups of potatoes or 2 cups of potatoes with 1 bulb of fennel.
What do we do with the rest of our potatoes?
Just set them aside. We're gonna make more potato stuff in a bit. All right, let's see how much this is. This is supposed to be 1 cup of wild garlic. We're gonna double this recipe. Giselle brought up a good point. We should make lots. Why don't you guys go try to forage a few more and I'll cut up a few more onions, okay? Sound good? Okay. while you guys were out foraging for more wild garlic, I cut all the tips off of the wild garlic. I felt like because it is so fibrous and it's really hard to get all the fibers out at the end of the soup process, I'm gonna cut as much as I can out now. What I am also doing here, just to make this little onion grass drizzle on top a little bit easier, again, because we have to run everything through the sieve and strain it, I'm cutting out the really hard sort of center portion of the wild garlic / onion grass, and I'm gonna throw that part away. So we'll keep that for later, and we're gonna start cooking, okay? So let's turn this on here. Let's get some olive oil in here. Next, we're gonna get that wild garlic going. Giselle, you wanna drop it in? The wild garlic?
I do.
All right, you can do the potatoes next. How about that? Nice. Why don't you get the thing and stir it, G? Get the paddles. You girls want some paddles? There you go, guys.
Get my
All right, and because we are doubling the recipe, we're doing another 4 cups of potatoes. And we did extra wild garlic. All right. I will start working on the onion grass drizzle for the top of the soup, which is what makes it really delicious and beautiful. I'm gonna chop the top. And if you do not have onion grass, this whole situation can work with other forms of onion. You can do green onions, scallions. You can do chives for the chive drizzle, but you just want it, so I did pull out some scallions, green onions, just to show you. So you can do the same soup if you do not feel like foraging for onion grass in your yard. Probably should have said that at the beginning, but there you go. You don't need to forage for onion grass. And then you can take the top. So in this case, you would just take the green part of the top. I'm taking the green part of the wild garlic, and you could do the same thing with chives. All right, so I am just gonna drop it all in right there. All right, we're gonna go with a lot more olive oil in there. Just kind of see what feels good, what's flowing. Oh, it's cooking now. All right, let's see. Oh, it smells good and green, you see that? It smells like springtime. All right, so this is where it does get a little bit labor intensive. I normally skip recipes like these, but when the girls came in with all of the wild garlic, I felt like we had to do this. So I'm gonna give it a go. I will say, whenever you break out a sieve, whatever you're making is really good, because the kind of effort you have to put into to break out a tool in my kitchen means you're making something good. Yes, baby? Ooh, it's looking good. Giselle, while you are cooking that, we will start getting the top wild garlic drizzle ready. I'm gonna put a little pepper in your potatoes. So I think that's gonna be really nice, little white pepper right there. And then we're gonna get the drizzle ready, and you knew exactly what's going on. Look at that.
Are they cooking good now?
I think they're cooking really well, Giselle. Marie, you got that? All right, now I'm gonna find you a good mashing spoon, because you gotta work all the oil through and keep all the fibers in there. This might be a good shape.
Yeah.
We're gonna use a nice round spoon. This one's wooden, which is really nice, to kind of smash and mash the oil through the sieve here. Look at that. Look at that. Actually, really so easy. A 7-year-old can do it. Look at that. So I'm just gonna take this and dispose of this. Rory, we're gonna find you can dump it if you want. A nice, good, we've got all that nice juice in there, which is gonna be great. I'm not gonna wash it so that when the soup has to go through it, some of that nice green juice will get in the soup. It's gonna be lovely. What made this so easy this time was that I used a spoon that is super round, and it fit the shape of my sieve here. Usually I'm working with a spoon that doesn't fit it, and it's kind of a pain, but this was so easy. So I am taking back what I said earlier about this being a complicated recipe. It is very easy now that I have the right tool for my sieve. So take it back. This is level 1 easy again. Let me taste that real quick. The consistency is good. Just gonna salt it. We are dropping in, let's see, 2 cloves of garlic. That makes for an incredibly intense drizzle. I love garlic, but the recipe calls for 1 to 2. If you're more of a normal person and you have things to do the next day, just go with 1 clove, but I really like it with 2 cloves. So I'm gonna throw my drizzle right back in, right girls? Okay, Giselle, you wouldn't have made a mistake like that, would you have?
I know.
You're much more exacting, huh, baby? Well, just wilts it. Oh, there we go. Let me just taste those a second. Oh my gosh, that's so good. You guys are gonna love this.
Oh, it is.
Oh my gosh, I'm glad you went with 2 cloves. That's insane. I shouldn't see people for a couple of days though. All right, let's check our potatoes. These look ready. The potatoes are soft, not too soft, and the wild garlic is nice and soft too. And so from there, we are going to put in our chicken broth. The original recipe calls for 8 cups, but we're gonna do more because we're essentially doubling this thing. And you can just kind of add your chicken broth too till it's the consistency that you like. You're going to want to blend this soup. I'm gonna use an immersion blender because my mama gave me one and I love it. But if you don't have an immersion blender, you can use a food processor or a regular blender. So normally I would do my immersion blender, but see all that goodness that's in there from the drizzle? I don't wanna lose it. So I think I'm gonna do it in here and that's gonna be delicious. Okay.
Let me get a shot.
Oh, Dave, can you do this? You're here. This is why I love my sweet husband. Together.
Now you can scoop.
Not scoop. All right, here we go, girls.
Sounds like a good idea.
Where are those aprons? Why aren't we apron people? Oh, babe.
Wow.
Start eating, guys.
I want to start eating. Can I start eating?
Oh, dang. You guys are gonna lose your little minds. Oh my gosh, babe, you have to try this. You're gonna lose your mind.
You're gonna have to. If you don't, you're gonna be.
Holy cow.
You taste that?
Yeah, that's better than the immersion blender could ever get it.
It is. Okay, so we're gonna very carefully, hopefully it doesn't splatter you. Oh, look. Oh my gosh, it's insane. Oh, wow, guys. How amazing is that? Yes. Girls, we're gonna simmer this on low and then we gotta quick make our endive salad, okay? And then we'll have a pretty little lunch in the garden. How's that sound? So guys, we're gonna do it through the sieve one more time.
Sorry.
All right, so Daddy's gonna run that through there.
You got
Hold
it?
that, yep, I got
I'm
it.
not gonna serve it. Daddy's strong.
I think it's just gonna be another level, sorry, another level of better if you do it like this. This is the part I remember being a huge pain. And, oh my gosh, you guys should see what I'm seeing now. Okay, it is labor intensive, but it's simple. And honestly, with my round soup spoon, pretty dang easy. What do you
that
think
green.
doing the sieve adds here? It's probably gonna be a 5-minute process, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I saw it.
But it absolutely was delicious before I put it through the sieve. When we use the immersion blender, it doesn't quite blend as well as the Vitamix, so we had to use the sieve. My gosh, dang, that's good stuff coming out of there. Quite the workout, quite the workout. Watch real quick, because it kind of happens fast. You'll see, it just wants to dump. As soon as you relax, it tries to dump. Okay. Lori, do you want to use your spoon and put all that in there for me? Keep this pure. Harry Potter. All right. Ooh.
I just had to laugh at that.
That's okay. You can always laugh.
I had to laugh at that.
So when I talk about it being difficult to not have plastic, this is what I'm talking about. It's really hard to scoop like you would with a spatula with wood. It's just really not as fun without that plastic. But I guess it's worth it for our health, right?
It's worth it for your life.
It's taken us years, wouldn't you say, to get rid of a lot of the stuff that we've had. It's like you can't really afford to do it all at once, so it's more like
And you just accumulate so much.
you do. So it's more like little bit here, a little bit there. We'll switch something out. When we have to buy a new pot or a new whatever, we just switch it to the good stuff and then.
Every time something breaks, it's like, all right, time to get.
For this last little bit, this is the sludge that's left at the bottom. I want to get every last bit that I can, but I'm also afraid to let go because sometimes that thing falls in there. There we go. All right, so once I'm done with this, we're gonna hit salad making. Eek. Here. Okay, guys, we are getting close, and Mom's arms are gonna be so jacked. And this is really sludgy and gooey. And you know with potatoes, when they get, like all the gluten starts getting released and they get like gummy, if you like overdo potatoes, that's essentially what this little base thing is like. So I am just going to
Lift it up
put
high.
that, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to get my last bit of liquid from it. My arms are literally shaking. I have a really nice like hot burn starting here all the way down to there. I'm telling you, this is a serious workout. So this is not only
Have you started a new genre? Cooking exercise?
cooking till you sweat. Okay, I'm gonna have to give that up. I hate to give up anything, but I'm gonna have to just say goodbye to that little friend. All right, and then we'll get that right in the sink because these babies are not fun to clean up. All right, we're gonna set that aside. Okay, so I'm just gonna dump this back, and it definitely got a little cool after all that I did. So you can put this through the sieve twice, which I think would be insane, but my arms don't have that in me right now. I mean, I could do the whole thing again with my left, but I'm really hungry. Like I said, my stomach's growling. I'm not gonna do it twice. Look at that. That is so beautiful. Look at that, and it has that nice green glow to it because we did put it through the blender that had just had the chive drizzle in it.
Hey, somebody heard you ladies were cooking.
Honey bear. All right, I have lost my little chickens, but is that what they're called when you're the red hen? Chicks. I've lost my chicks, that's it, my chickens. I lost my little chicks, but I am gonna throw this salad together really, really quickly. Like I said, I've had these endives in the fridge for probably a couple of weeks now, and so I just need to eat them. And it's a really great, endives are a really pretty fresh spring little salad. So I'm just kind of separating open the leaves. I'm gonna make this just like a really pretty little display here on the platter. The leaf shape is just such a pretty form that I kind of want to show it off. And just gonna see what happens there. I would not be fixing this if I were not putting this on the website for a photo so I could get the recipe cards to you guys. I would just be eating it normally for my family. It would not have to go pretty here. Okay, I can't use too much, so I'm gonna do the cheese. Oh, that's the gorgonzola there. And I normally do walnuts on this, but we are out. And I think we've been out for a long time. So I'm gonna do pine nuts. The girls love pine nuts, so they will be more likely to eat this. Pine nuts all over it. Maybe they'll ignore the gorgonzola. There's pine nuts. No. I'm gonna throw a little bit of salt. A little sea salt on there. Little bit of white pepper all over it there. Like that. And then I'm gonna do, I was going to do oil and vinegar and drizzle. How does that sound? So, vinegar in there. And I'm gonna do an intense amount of olive oil, good amount of olive oil. Woo, it was wild. All right, now we're gonna just drizzle a little bit. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. Okay guys, we're really making something good here.
That just got good.
It did just get good. Wait till the violets come into play. So I'm gonna take this parsley. I would have done flat leaf, but I got curly leaf here. I'm gonna chop it up really fine. I really do love early spring cooking because everything is just sort of like shoots and sprouting, and it has that very, very fresh green taste. Okay, and then the best part, I think, right? The violets. What do we think about that? Oh, I love cooking with violets. Oh my All right, moment of truth.
It's good.
Late.
Do you love it? Do you love it?
It's amazing.
It's insane, right?
Really good.
I know. I can't handle it. Amazing?
So good.
You had a really serious face. Thank you so much for joining us today in our kitchen. I will put the links to the recipes on laurenlace.com in the description. And please be sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to grow our channel so we can do more of these fun videos. So hope you enjoyed. Happy spring. And we'll see you guys next time. What do you guys say?
Thank you.
Thank you. High five. High five. Good job.